Hello, people. Taurus, can we have a chat? So I made a video today, the one with the big wild hair, where I swore that Ophiuchus was the highest views for April so far. Wrong. Taurus, what are you doing? Either YouTube has had a complete brain fart, or you genuinely have viewed the first April reading 976 times. 976 times. Pause a moment while I stagger back. So, of course, you're going to get the bonus reading. So, what I've done, if you've watched today's video where I sculpted out this new reading for the Pisces energy that we're in, I've ditched that. I'm doing you a different reading. So I'm going to read for the innie and then the outie and then the archetype that you're working with at the moment. So innie is that kind of watery, priestess, Piscean, intuitive self. External is what's going to be showing up or what's presently in the world around you. And then what archetypes are working into that energy to create harmony or disharmony. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So let us begin. Right. So, and coincidentally, the internal energy that you're being called to harness, I feel, is priestess energy, which is very Piscean. So that's pure intuition. That's how you're tuning into your intuition. What's going on in your inner landscape? How are you tuning into your inner waters? Where are you going? Where are you traveling to? So this is a beautiful energy to be in at the moment. How are you being called to step up and lead? Because the underlying card to the internal energy feels quite karmic. It's like in her hands, she holds the past and the present, and she's manifesting the future. So this feels like a past and a present energy. And actually, if you watch today's video, that revealed that the biggest challenge to coming into abundance, which is what we're in at the moment, is the past. So past ways of thinking, past ways of behaving, past ways of being nice. So releasing soul patterns and contracts and past lives. I'm working with so many people that are doing this at the moment. We are in this kind of death and rebirth, but it's a grand cycle, a really huge cycle. So I guess with this, there's a note to self about where you feel bound to the past, because it was about attachment to the past and where you feel attached. And as you come into your insightful self, then you're going to get glimpses. There's no might about it. You're going to get glimpses. Oh, wow, I'm distracted by the next card. You're going to get glimpses of where you're being called to lead yourself in your own life. And that might feel some kind of way if it rubs up against a part of you that maybe can't be that big, that abundant, that awesome and beautiful and special. Because where there is a karmic pull, let's say old guilt, shadow energies, unprocessed shadow energies, then they tend to keep us anchored back. So that push forward or that lean into can't happen as organically because there's something in the past. So I would say first port of call is just go to the parents. Tune in energetically to your parents, and how would you describe your relationship to your parents one by one? And that will start giving you an insight about how you're being called to step up and lead, and where there might be an unbinding that's necessary. So for instance, let me give you a really, really simple example. It might be that your family are Catholics and raised you as Catholic, and it might be that you want to become a Buddhist, and all the signs and synchronicities are pointing you towards Buddhism, but how on earth do I bring that into my family? And the card that was really distracting me is about alignment. So something is out of alignment. I've been talking recently about the fractured self, where we're looking backwards and forwards in one direction, in one swift movement, always kind of making that adjustment in the now, making that adjustment. And what if we could just create? What is not aligned? What needs to change? What's your relationship to this priestess energy? She who sees all. Okay, so internal world, priestess, but she's showing that there may be some soul patterns that are historical and need to be disentangled from you. And she's asking a question of, where are you out of alignment? Okay, so that's the internal world. So let's have a look at your external world, because this is looking pretty good. Serendipity talks about I've got the word coagulation. I'm sure that's not what I mean. Coalescence. The coalescence of new opportunities, right time, right place, that kind of magical intervention is showing up. And nothing comes without a challenge, so that we can move really, really deeply into it. And the challenge will be where you're aligned as to how you view this, as to how you harness this energy and bring it in and work with it and dance with it. Because in priestess energy, you can take 3 or 4 events that have happened and you'll just get it. When you tune into that inner energy, you'll get it. It might be a dream mixed with a phone call, mixed with a throwaway sentence that you heard 3 times in a day. It's like when you tune in and go to the intuition, you'll know how you are being called to step up and lead. And when I say lead, I'm talking about self-leadership. Lead this, lead that. So it looks like there's some opportunities showing up for you in the here and now, very present energy. Yang, masculine fire. Is that going to be a challenge for you in this watery Piscean energy? So it looks like you're on the precipice. You're here. It's here and now. Opportunity. So watch out for serendipitous meetings, phone calls, dreams, feelings, hunches. Track them. So the archetype that's coming into this reading is the Avenger, which sounds great, doesn't it? But how do we avenge, and what are we avenging? So an avenger can be a desire to balance, to make it right. But right is subjective. Okay, so I'll read this out to you. So the avenger in their light have a desire to balance the scales of justice. It's about righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. But in their shadow, they can resort. Now, I'm not going with violence. I'm going to something that feels a bit devious here, a bit crafty, a bit behind the scenes, a bit pulling the strings, a bit that in the name of a cause. Getting the sentence, will I get away with it? It's that kind of... And the other one is Prince. Lovely energy to have at your back. So this is talking about that Prince energy, that romantic charm. So it's like the Prince of Cups, but even he can be a bit tricksy. There's something in this energy. So it's either about using charm and your own potential for power, or using power for self-aggrandizement, to make yourself bigger, to talk a big fight, rather than feel vulnerable, maybe. So yeah, your archetypes are Avenger and Prince. So the Prince is going to demand nobility of you, a powerful truth or a noble gesture. And the Avenger is going to ask, what is right? What is righteous in your world? What is right? Okay. So if we've got Priestess pulling in serendipity, but we've also got this yang energy coming in, there might be a bit of ego in that, which might take you out of alignment. So for example, serendipity might be a meeting with somebody, and let's say it's a test from the universe. I don't know if I believe in them, but it's going to give me a good example. And let's say this opportunity comes in from a big company who want you to be a certain thing in a certain way, and that might tap into a little bit too much yang in you, and you might take it for the wrong reasons. Okay, so the alignment will be, yeah, what's your value statement? Who do you serve? And the alignment will be, am I in alignment to my core value, or am I chasing the money? And if you're chasing the money, let there be no shame in it, and stand in your righteous truth. Okay, but if there's any pull of then you're out of alignment. If there's any kind of guilt is a massive old soul pattern. Not deserving is an old soul pattern. Manipulating a system to get what you want is an old soul pattern. Okay, there's no shade here. There's no shade. It looks like you've got great opportunities and magic happening around you. And my message to you would be, stay in alignment. Really, really in alignment, because it's here. It's here now for you. Look at these, the fates, deep knowing. It's here. Wow. So it's looking like, Taurus, you're quite well into this priestess mode, and you know, we're in the second new moon in Pisces this month, sidereal, not Western. And this is where we build on the last cycle. And we bring it through the intuition into what's looking like absolute manifestation. What is it? I'm nosy. I'm just being nosy now. What is it Taurus is manifesting? Yep. Wow. Okay. Oh, good Lord. You're not going to believe this. Right. Go back to the start. Before I hit record, I started to shuffle this deck. And these 4 cards came out. And I hadn't quite formulated what kind of reading I was going to do for you. So I put them back and then I formulated the reading, and here it is. I've shuffled those cards and the same 4 cards have come out. Equal give and take. Collaboration, cooperation, working together. Happy to receive and happy to give. Feels lovely. Feels really lovely. So it looks like you're balancing up the scales. Do these 3 cards speak for themselves? You've got the King and the Queen of Wands with the Hierophant. Now, in the 3D, that looks like a marriage to me. That looks like new relationship. Oof, Lordy. There's some passion here. Oh, God. This is just amazing. Look how fascinated he is with her. She's got it all going on. She's busy manifesting. And he's like, I want you. Look at my lion. I am passionate for you. I can barely contain my fire. But look how together the dude is. There's some passion in here. What's he saying? He's laughing. He's laughing at the institution of marriage. It's like, what? You want to get married? Why do you want to get married? Oh, wow. Hang on. Taurus, first half of April. Love on your terms because it's time. Ooh. What are you doing to the institution of marriage? This is, oh God. Here we go, look. We've got another power couple. This is High Priest, High Priestess. What are you doing? Are you birthing a new kind of relationship here? Are you finding a new way to be together? Because it's making him happy. Wow, 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 wow. Look at the balance. Well, there's nothing out of alignment there. It feels really gorgeous. It feels like if this is 2 people. Now, if this is internal landscape, you've got the King and the Queen of passion in alignment. If this is external, this is a couple. Who are passionate about what they do. And that's 6 of Pence, so that's in the physical. So it's in the physical. Thank you, I've just answered my own questions. This is in the physical. And that 6 balancing energy is these guys have their own life to begin with. And what does that do? Well, that eradicates codependency. There's independence to begin with. So I always say the healthiest relationship is 2 people who are whole coming together. It isn't that. Sometimes it's leaning, where we lean on one another, but 2 people doing their own thing, very healthy adult relationship. Wow, Taurus, you are doing it. Oh, the passion. Passion. Okay, what's the underlying in it? Oh my God. That's the underlying energy. Woohoo! Shall I buy a hat? Can I come to the wedding, please? Not that there'll be a wedding, we'll do it in a different way. Okay, Taurus, you rock my world. That is beautiful. Take care. This is your bonus reading, so there will be another April reading coming for you guys. Thank you so much for your support. Please like, share, subscribe, and drop me a comment. Oh, so much love. Wow, passion. What are you being called to do? Anyway, I'm going. Take care. Bye.